Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Entertainment with Buford and Francis. Today I'll be cosplaying as Buford Van Stom from Phineas and Ferb, and it's going to be telling the story of Cinderella. Enjoy the video. Cinderella is the much-loved daughter of a widowed aristocrat who decides to remarry, believing his beloved daughter needs a mother's care. Ultimately, Cinderella's father marries Lady Tremaine, a proud and confident woman with two daughters just Cinderella's age from a previous marriage named Drizella and Anastasia. The plain and socially awkward stepsisters are bitterly envious of Cinderella's beauty. After Cinderella's father dies, Lady Tremaine reveals herself to be a cold and cruel tyrant who shares her daughter's jealousy of Cinderella's charm and beauty. Lady Tremaine and her daughters take over the estate and begin to abuse and mistreat Cinderella, ultimately forcing her to become a scullery maid in her own home, while also squandering off the fortune until there's nearly nothing left. Despite this, Cinderella remains a kind and gentle girl, befriending the animals in the barn and the mice and the birds who live around the chateau. For with each dawn, she finds new hope that someday her dreams of happiness will soon come true. One morning, Cinderella and the mice found a new mouse in the house who was caught in a mousetrap. She gives him the name Octavius, or Gus for short, and some new clothes, and informs Jacques to warn Gus about Lucifer, Lady Tremaine's wicked cat. The two mice spy on Lucifer as Cinderella starts her chores. While Cinderella is giving breakfast to the animals, Lucifer chases Gus, and he hides under Anastasia's teacup. Cinderella delivers breakfast to her stepfamily. When Anastasia opens her teacup and finds Gus, she screams to her mother about it right after accusing Cinderella. Lady Tremaine punishes Cinderella with extra chores, along with telling her to give Lucifer a bath, much to his annoyance. At the royal palace, the king and the Grand Duke organize a ball in an effort to find a suitable wife for Prince Charming, considering the fact that the king wants to see grandchildren before his death. Every eligible maiden in the kingdom is requested to attend. Cinderella asks her stepmother if she can attend, since she is still part of the family. Lady Tremaine agrees, provided if Cinderella finishes her chores and finds a nice dress to wear. Cinderella, too distracted with extra chores, her animal friends, led by Mary, Jacques, and Gus, picks up a gown that belonged to Cinderella's late mother. They go downstairs and scoop up Drizella's old beads and Anastasia's old sash, after they throw them on the floor, escaping with them before Lucifer catches them. The animals finish Cinderella's tress just as the carriage arrives. When Cinderella comes down wearing her new dress, Lady Tremaine complains the gown, pointing out the beads and sash. Angered by the apparent theft of their discarded items by their stepsister, the stepsisters viciously rip the gown into rags before snootily leaving for the ball with Lady Tremaine. Heartbroken, Cinderella runs outside to the garden and breaks down into tears. As Cinderella nears the point of giving up her dreams, her fairy godmother appears and bestows upon Cinderella in a new blue ball gown with a pair of glass slippers. She also transforms a pumpkin into a carriage, the mice into horses, Major the horse into a coachman, and Bruno the dog into a footman. Cinderella departs for the ball after her godmother warns her the spell will break at the stroke of midnight. At the ball, the prince rejects every girl until he sees Cinderella. The two fall strongly in love and dance alone throughout the castle grounds. Her stepfamily does not recognize her, but Lady Tremaine thinks there is something familiar about her. She is unable to make the connection before the Grand Duke closes the curtain to give the couple some privacy. As the clock starts to chime midnight, Cinderella flees to her coach and away from the castle, dropping one of her glass slippers by accident. The Duke sends the guards to stop them, but Cinderella and the animals hide from them. After her gown turns back into rags, the mice point out that the other glass slipper is still on her foot, and she thanks the fairy godmother for everything. Back at the castle, the Duke tells the king of the disaster. However, he also reveals that the prince will not marry anyone except the owner of the slipper, and sets off to find her. The next morning, the king proclaims that the Grand Duke will visit every house in the kingdom to find the girl whose foot fits the glass slipper, so that she can be married to the prince. When news reaches Cinderella's household, her stepmother and stepsisters prepare for the Duke's arrival. Overhearing this, Cinderella dreamily hums the song played at the ball. Realizing that Cinderella was the girl who danced with the prince, Lady Tremaine follows Cinderella to her room and looks at her stepdaughter in the attic, in one final ditch to attempt to shatter her dreams. When the Duke arrives, the mice retrieve the key to Cinderella's room from the stepmother's pocket and bring it upstairs. But before they can deliver it, they are ambushed by Lucifer, who traps Gus under a cup with the help of the other mice, Birds, and Bruno. They chase him out the window, allowing Cinderella to free herself. As the Duke prepares to leave after the stepsisters unsuccessfully try on the slipper, Cinderella appears in her quest to try it on, knowing the slipper will fit. Lady Tremaine trips the footman, causing him to drop and shatter the slipper. Tremaine's victory is short-lived, as Cinderella then produces the other glass slipper, much to her stepmother's surprise and horror. Delighted at this complete, irrefutable proof of the maiden's identity, the Duke slides the slipper onto her foot, and it fits perfectly. Cinderella and Prince Charming celebrate their wedding and live happily ever after.